Hello everyone, welcome back to another Jurassic World Evolution 2 video. This is Joey Plays and Build, where we play and build Jurassic Park. Today's video, we are building the Triceratops habitat and an outdoor restaurant. So, the first thing I do is try to lay out how I want the habitat and the restaurant to be, and I'm using the monorail railings as some sort of a ceiling or a roof. So I noticed the wall isn't high enough. So by giving this height advantage, I'm using the Jurassic Park gate arches. So visually, it'll give you this height view, and it seems to work. I actually really like that idea, to be quite honest. However, by doing so, visually it doesn't look appealing to look at. So I'm using these heavy fence just so it could seem presentable in a way, and it kind of does look like an actual building structure. And this is where I'm at. This is where the fun begins, in my opinion. So the whole point of this is an outdoor restaurant with seating areas where guests could sit while they're having lunch, brunch, dinner, while they're viewing the Triceratops. Notice the dinosaurs rule the Earth banner. That's somewhat of their viewing window. Again, as I explained in the Raptor house, we don't have any glass barriers, so to improvise that using these arches as somewhat of a barrier, so it seems like visually it seems like they're looking into a window. And that's the whole premise of this build, is some outdoor restaurant, and the view is the Triceratops living their life in this habitat. So there's a variety of ways to look at the Triceratops habitat. One is of course the restaurant, and the other one is going to be the Jurassic Park tour ride. So you'll see that around the habitat and a viewing gallery above that. So it's a very complex build, but I kind of felt satisfied at how it's going. Of course, it's not done yet, but hopefully once everything is all structured into place, you could see the final product. So yeah, I'm looking forward for this build. So as for the habitat itself, is very simple. The Triceratops only need is ground fiber, which is perfect. They don't really need that much resources, and they don't really need that much space. I have 5 of these guys, and they all enjoy and satisfied. Their needs are up and none of them went down. So very easy and simple build. Adding the decorative trees as their forest instead of using the paint trees, because in my honest opinion, I don't like using the paint trees, the paint forest, but using the decorated trees is a much better substitute in a way. Felt like you could do more creativity with your habitats just using the decorative foliage and trees instead of using the paint. But that's pretty much the build for the Triceratops habitat, and we'll go to in-game and I'll showcase the habitat itself. Okay, first, don't mind all of this mess going on here. Again, the park is a work in progress, so it's gonna look neat once the final product of the park is finished. So the last episode was the Raptor house. So today we are going into what I call the Triceratops restaurant. That's the name I could come up with. Hopefully I could come up with a better title, but that's what we're going for. So let's go inside. I'm very surprised that the guests can actually walk into this tiny little door, but I was worried that they're not gonna walk in there, but you know, they actually do, so I'm actually happy for that. So let's go into this restaurant. So yeah, it's very quite busy, which I love. Now it's not fully decorated yet, but I'm going to do that on my spare time. So yeah, so there's a drinking area here and a restaurant. Actually, maybe I could change the restaurant, and maybe there's a way that I could have a nice fitting name for this habitat. But the main event is actually the Triceratops, which is a good view. You know, hopefully one day we could have people sit on these lovely chairs and no, well, they can't sit on the tables, but lovely chairs. Just look at them just scrolling around, walking around endlessly, minding their own business, but nobody is sitting. It's very a shame for that. But it would be nice if they do, if we have some people sitting in these lovely chairs while they're eating and watching the Triceratops going around and about their day. These are lovely creatures. Oh, and this is not the 1993 skin, so let's go ahead and check these guys out. But it's Yukon River and Rana. That is the skin pattern here. Notice the lovely stripes. There's a little of the red-orange type of texture. So, yeah, very lovely skin pattern. Very like this. Okay, so again, the layout. Don't mind every mess here. It's gonna look fancy in the long run. But I want to add some sort of Jurassic tour. Don't know where yet. But yeah, the Jurassic tour, and you'll go through here. So this is, let's go to capture mode. So this is one of the viewing, and I want to do this type of style in my park, somewhat of like how I did with the Raptor house. So yeah, a little tour around here and then go and transition into another habitat. But also the guests can actually walk up here and they get a good view of the Triceratops in this range. So let's go see if the view here is perfect. Let's pick this one. Yeah, look at that. That is some lovely stuff there. I really like the view. So yeah, so maybe we could have another habitat here. There you go. Look at that while you're eating. So again, the arches is somewhat of a little glass barrier, a glass window. I know it's not really, but yeah, you can have your kids just sitting here, you know, watching the Triceratops. Hopefully we do get some sort of a glass window. And of course, people sit here, please. It'll be a shame having these lovely decorative tables and nobody is sitting on it. But yeah, that is the build. Now I couldn't find a clever name for for this build, but is this new? Barbecue? I don't remember this one. But we're gonna stick with barbecue because who doesn't love barbecue? So yeah, a little barbecue restaurant to see our ceratopsians. So this is the final build. Tell me what you guys think in the comics. Give it a like if you actually like this habitat. And subscribe to see more because we are now in a new park. This time going to be I don't know, maybe 20, 30 species of dinosaurs. Keep it a little bit smaller. Not like how we did with Enchanted Paradise where I try to put all the dinosaurs in one park. But yeah, so this is going to be a small little build. Hopefully you guys join me into this ride. Thank you guys for watching and I'll see you in the next build.